Merry November. Well, what can you do? Christmas came early, so let's talk about Santa Altar. Aside from being the best idea this game has ever produced, Santa Altar is a rider with a saber deck, 2A, 2B. That's not exactly rare among riders, but it will affect your team building. Let's talk skills. First off, we've got a targeted heal with a star gen buff. It's okay. Not something you'll be using on Santa very much. It is nice to pop on your second rider, one that can actually generate stars. Skill 2 is crusty old intuition, flat stars. She gets one more at every rank over Salter, but that's not something to brag about. Again, underwhelming. Thirdly, we have Mana Burst. It's a bit weaker than Salter's, but it's by far the most useful part of Santa's kit. You pop it with your NP and the stuff you need dead's gonna be dead. Speaking of which, here's her NP. Big Area of Effect. It's exactly the same as Salter's, but here's the kicker. You get it at NP 5. The overcharge effect is largely irrelevant, unless you run long fights. So you'll want to put it after debuffs, but before anything with overcharge damage scaling. Santa Altar is a pretty bare-bones servant in terms of her meme potential. Her usage is centered almost entirely around Excalibur Morgan. Now you might think she's kinda shit because of this, but you gotta keep something in mind. The other options kinda suck. If you're new or free to play, your options for AoE riders aren't great. Medusa doesn't hit very hard. Alexander, same hat. Martha hits like a paper towel and your NP1 Marie's not a great option. And I'm guessing your Blackbeard's at level 10. So yeah, unless you're up for some grailing or wailing, you're gonna have to sit on Santa's lap and ask for a handout. Here's my default team. It goes for a 3-turn clear and the high-end version runs Drake and Waver. Salter actually has some decent synergy with Drake. They both have 2A, 2B decks, but Drake generates a lot of stars. This makes her a great target for Salter's heal. Drake's Voyager of the Storm also works for encounters where you need to double up on a single wave. Every now and then we get 2-piece fights. For budget options, you've got a lot to pick from. I've run everything from Medusa to Darius to Kentucky Rider. When you're beating up on casters, it's not exactly rocket science. Any rider will be an adequate companion for Santa. Sorry to say I don't have a good meme team this time. Maybe there's something wacky with Christmas servants. I'm looking into that, but it's not going to be relevant for another year at least. You could stack Artorias for their NP refund. That's a thing. Not a good thing, but, a thing. For craft essences, Kaleidoscope will be your go-to. You're going for quick clears, so you won't want to brawl with Santa. Failing that, you should run something else that gives starting charge. During Halloween 3, we'll get a craft essence called Aerial Drive. Aside from being smoking hot, it gives starting charge, buster, and NP damage. It's free to boot. Santa Altar isn't a very complex servant, but she fills a role and does it well. She spent a long time as my primary and secondary rider on my NA and JP accounts. She's got raw power and you get it for very little investment. This is a massive advantage over starters and low rarity picks. Yeah, you really want this Santa action. Get her while you can, cause she ain't coming back. Thanks for watching. I've got a Discord server and it's a real clown fiesta. Just what you need for the holidays. Link below. Alright, see you next time.